Are you attempting to implement more than one change in your organization? Are you considering a new change initiative? Before you launch your next change, consider this. Does your organization have the operational capacity for more change? Here are 4 questions that will help you find out. You don't have the luxury of shutting down your business for weeks, days, or months to enable even a single initiative, let alone the number of multiple and simultaneous changes most organizations undertake. This means that every change that you want to happen in your organization must be done within the current operational environment. You must continue to operate the business while enabling those new activities and behaviors become embedded. It's kind of like trying to change a tire on a moving car. Not impossible, but it does require planning and you need to think differently. To achieve sustainable change, prevent change fatigue and employee burnout, you must know your operational capacity before you launch any change. Your operational capacity for change reflects your organization's ability to implement and embed any one change while maintaining your daily operations and ensuring that you don't sabotage your ability to facilitate future changes. It's different than your organizational capability. I talked about that in a previous video, and I'll post it in the show notes below. Okay, so let's talk about 4 questions that will help you assess 2 critical factors, time and resources, that impact your organization's capacity for change. Grab a piece of paper and a pen so you can jot down your answers to the 4 questions. I've also posted the questions in the show notes below, and you might want to pause the video as you reflect and answer each question. Question number 1, how many change initiatives are currently underway at your organization? Write that number down. As you reflect on this question, think about the large initiatives that are meant to transform your organization. That could be things like your new customer service system or migration of a premise-based system to the cloud. Also think about and consider those smaller or specific departmental changes that may not warrant a full initiative. They may be things like hiring a new team leader or revising a current policy, like your work from home policy. When we do this exercise with clients and in our master classes, some of the leaders identify as many as 30 to 50 change initiatives in their organization. How many do you have? Write it in the comment section. Question number 2, as you look over that list, what is the one change initiative that is critical to your organization's success this year? This question is often one of the most challenging for our clients. What's interesting is that often the most critical change is not the biggest initiative. For example, one organization discovered that their critical change was a process change within a single department. Making that one change in one department would affect and transform their organization. Question number 3, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no impact on daily operations and 10 being severe impact on your operations and productivity, rate how your critical change will impact your daily operations and productivity. You'll want to reflect on your critical change initiative and what is necessary for people to adopt those new activities and behaviors. in order to achieve that intended outcome. And consider the entire change process, starting from the initial decision to make the change, through the internalization of the need and the outcome story, planning and resourcing, to the unlearning and new learning required, and also the reinforcement that will be needed to sustain those activities and behaviors after implementation. Remember, adopting a new behavior or activity is not a decision, it's a process. In a previous video, I shared the 4 elements needed to create habits for sustainable change. Question number 4. To achieve the desired outcome, how many hours per week do you expect your leaders to dedicate to enabling and adopting the new behaviors and activities in the affected departments to achieve your intended outcome? As you consider this question and the time required, consider the needs of your leaders, your managers, your employees. What will be required of them to adopt the new activities and behaviors? Additionally, also consider what is expected of your leaders, managers, to mentor and guide their employees through the change journey. For example, one organization estimated that to achieve their intended outcome and sustain it, the leaders would need to dedicate about 3 to 4 hours per week to enabling, learning, leading, and navigating the process. Another organization expected their leaders to devote as much as 75% of their time to the change initiative. This was time in addition to the time they were already spending managing and ensuring daily operations. As we talked about the number of hours expected and what was required for this and other changes, they realized that much of what they were perceiving as resistance was not resistance. It was normal human behavior. Without a plan to address the additional hours needed and time and clear direction to account for that time, and because the leaders were already working at full capacity, the leaders did what we all do. They prioritized daily operations, what they knew, and the activities of the change that were more uncomfortable and unfamiliar became the secondary activities. Okay, did you complete the questions? Write in the comments what you discovered about your organization's capacity for change. If you're like our clients, you're thinking, we don't have time or the luxury of one change at a time. What can we do to increase and manage our operational capacity? Well, first, assess it. Before you launch any other changes, know what your current operational capacity is. Second, if you have 5 or more simultaneous changes, reach out and ask us about an organizational change map. A change map is a living document and decision-making process and tool. It supports your change efforts. It gives you a dashboard to assess your organization's capacity to handle all of its current change initiatives and to take on new ones. After we helped one organization create their change map and dashboard, they were able to consolidate all of their initiatives into one tool set. They could see the interrelatedness and leverage collateral change. That means they could achieve more change with less overall change initiatives. If you're ready to take control of the changes in your organization, avoid burnout, and achieve more change with fewer initiatives, click the link below and schedule a complimentary conversation. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you found these 4 questions helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.